success and then my flop era, and then it's like, well, okay, like I flopped, so it doesn't scare me anymore.
That first flop,
Yeah.
how did it feel?
It's the fact that you are being completely ignored.
Zara Larsson for the past like 5 years has been locked in the Khia Asylum next to Bebe Rexha, who just can't get out.
Oh my God, she's trying. Here's the thing too, it's like an unspoken thing. It's like
Exactly.
you can't ask to be let out. It's gonna make me like not want to release
Katy
you even
Perry
more.
thinks that dating Justin Trudeau will get her out. You just pulled him in.
Also, it's
A prime minister is in the Khia Asylum. I repeat, a prime minister is in the Khia.
I may not know a lot of things, but I do know there is a reason to why Zara Larsson was able to escape the Khia Asylum while Bebe Rexha is running that place like the goddamn Navy. Ever since the release of Zara Larsson's 5th studio album, Midnight Sun, she has been popping off, with some even saying she's got a meal ticket out of the Khia Asylum permanently. The thing is, she's been in the music industry professionally ever since 2013 with her debut single, Undercover. And Zara has been perceived ever since she was 10 years old by winning the Swedish talent competition show Talang back in 2008. Throughout the majority of her career, she has had breakout moments, but never, at least from what I've seen, a huge particular fan base and a solid artistic identity. I mean, of course, she had listeners and fans in some streams, and she's a great vocalist, but she was never really standing out in the 2010s, especially against heavy hitters such as Beyonce, Taylor Swift, and Adele. But to be fair, there were already established artists in the 2010s, especially coming from the 2000s. Because of this, Zara was deemed a Khia around mid-2024 by the Twitter user at @PopAteMyHeart with the infamous Khia Asylum chart. But as luck would have it, all of that would change with the upcoming era of Midnight Sun. Rightfully so, Zara has been getting a lot of attention and success with the era, but with Bebe Rexha releasing her upcoming album, Dirty Blonde, on June 12th, which is the same day Olivia Rodrigo is releasing her 3rd studio album, You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love, Bebe is still struggling to have a lot of positive attention on her. Bebe is literally gnawing at the metal bars, trying her absolute best to get out by any means necessary. It's even gotten to the point where she's made videos of herself online talking about how she's in the Khia Asylum and that we need to stream her music so her label will release her.
Babes, I'm here at the Khia Asylum. They said I can't stop until I lose 30 pounds, so I'm too fat. Or if I have a hit song.
Basically, she is fully aware about the meme and she's taking the piss on herself. And by the way, I love that phrase, that British phrase, taking the piss. I think it's so fun. I literally love using British phrases and slangs. It's so much fun. So yeah, she is literally making fun of herself. And it's not to say that people are hating on her and attacking her, but it seems to be that she's really popular on Stan Twitter because moments of hers go viral for being unintentionally funny and not for her music and her artistry. And then that's what I want to talk about in today's video, and I want to explore why that is.
Yeah, somebody said I look like Marilyn Monroe after she ate Lizzo.
The meanest that I personally seen online is whenever a pop culture news account is posting about her, Popbase being a huge example, a bunch of the aunties in the comments will refer to Bebe as being a Khia and trapped in the asylum. So let's ask the question that we're all thinking. Why is Bebe Rexha having such a difficult time escaping the Khia Asylum? Let's find out, let's discuss, and get into this video, shall we? But whoa, wait, hold your horses. Before we start, I do want to give a few quick disclaimers. I'm personally not making fun of Bebe Rexha. I just want to talk about her and her career because I do find it interesting how she's in this sort of paradox of being relevant for being irrelevant, especially since she is very talented and has a nice following on social media. So just keep that in mind as we go along in this video. And also, I don't want you to think that I'm pitting Bebe and Zara against each other. I would never pit two queens against each other. That is not the intention of this video. I just thought this would be a very interesting video to discuss. A very interesting topic to discuss for a video is what I meant to say. So what exactly is the Khia Asylum? In my own words, it is a meme/term used in stan culture to describe a fictional place music artists go to when they're not releasing hits or are currently having a flop era. And I know it is very obvious, but regarding stan culture, the word flop, it just means to fail completely. Fail completely or to be completely unsuccessful. The term was named after American rapper Khia, who is most known for the song My Neck, My Back, and she's considered to be a one-hit wonder. And artists who are serving time at the Khia Asylum are referred to as Khias. It is important to note that only musical artists who had significant musical relevance in the industry once before are the only ones that could be considered a Khia. So lesser known or up-and-coming artists such as Hemlock Spring, Remy Wolf, and Audrey Hobart are in the asylum. So how does one end up being in the Khia Asylum? Well, it boils down to 3 different major reasons. 1, being a one-hit wonder. 2, having a major brand change that goes completely wrong. Or number 3, just gaining irrelevance or disinterest from the public. But alas, there has been artists that were able to break out of the asylum. Charlie XCX with the Brat era that took over the summer of 2024. I mean, you had to be there to experience it. A renaissance of hyperpop and club music, the TikTok edits to 365 of multiple characters from TV shows and movies. That was one of my favorite things that happened in that era. The Apple dance trend, the resurgence of indie sleaze style, Kamala Harris and her iconic presidential run, literally Charlie herself tweeting Kamala is Brat. It was a moment. It was literally the moment. Another artist who broke out is Sabrina Carpenter in April of 2024 with the release of Espresso, which was a monumental moment for Sabrina's career. Soon followed her album Short and Sweet, and the rest is history. I personally think she broke out of the asylum with Nonsense and the album Emails I Can't Send, but that's just my personal opinion. Some artists who are still being held captive are Ava Max, Rita Ora, Bebe Rexha, and Katy Perry. I mean, 143 with Dr. Luke, Katy Perry. Really? Really? How did you think that was going to go? But I will say I'm honestly kind of surprised there aren't more articles touching on the link between the Khia Asylum and casual misogyny. Some people will argue that the meme is lighthearted and that it's all in good fun, but when you notice that most artists in the Khia Asylum are women, as women dominate the pop genre, it really puts it all into perspective. Because women in the music industry are always expected to change their sound and style between eras to stay relevant, and the same pressure isn't really placed on male artists. Zara Larsson herself even said that she wants this whole Khia Asylum trend to end.
What is the trend that I want to end? What could that be? Maybe because it's just been on my mind and I just recently had this question that I spoke about this question recently. But I feel like wrap it up. Wrap it up like the Khia Asylum. Let's wrap it up, guys. And this is especially coming from the girls who are like, oh, like, I don't want anyone to call themselves a flop. Don't do that. You're amazing and you're not a flop. And who cares? Like, what is even a flop? You know what I'm saying? Like, just release your music and like be amazing. And I think I just kind of commented on it in the ID article, I think, because I feel like I'm past that era. I feel like you can talk about whatever you want. I just don't like to see people like in the moment of flopness, like establishing themselves as a flop, because that's something you can do like in the past. Like, I've been through flops and now I'm not flopping. So I'm going to be happy that I'm not flopping. But then if I flop again, I'm going to be quiet about it until I get out of the flop. You know what I'm saying? So I want us to speak like life and success into our careers. Okay, girls?
But because men and male artists, they deserve their lashings too, I'm going to talk about some male artists who are in the Khia Asylum. So some men who are in the Khia Asylum are Justin Timberlake. This is going to ruin the tour. What tour? The world tour. Yeah, that guy. Ed Sheeran and Lil Nas X. And I even made a video talking about Lil Nas X and dissecting like his fall off. This was literally me talking about him being a Khia before Khia was a thing. And that was what? I made that video, what, a year ago? So if you want to check that video out, please do. The album Midnight Sun was released on September 26, 2025, and the genres include dance pop and electropop. The singles include Pretty Ugly, Midnight Sun, the title track, and Crush. Now let's talk about why I think this era and this album is so successful. The number one reason to why I think this era was successful is because the aesthetic of Midnight Sun, the music video, and the overall visuals and vibe for this album rollout. This era was reviving the Y2K trend that's been happening for the last few recent years. Also, the music video is very hyper feminine, bright, colorful, and summer-esque. And I find this creative choice genius because the music video is actually inspired by the TikTok dolphin meme that happened in 2024. So the gist of the meme is people posting photos of illustrated dolphins with depressing messages set to the 2017 song Symphony by Clean Bandit and Zara Larsson. The TikTok account @Harriet, which is spelled Heiratet, started the whole trend. The trend was so popular that it even caught the attention of Zara Larsson, with her performing shows with the dolphin meme in the background. Parlor magazine wrote an article titled "How a TikTok Trend Inspires Zara Larsson's New Album." A section reads, "Zara Larsson eventually caught on to the trend and even posted her own version of the meme. The vibrant pink and colorful summer visuals for the dolphin meme later gave Zara the inspiration for the aesthetic for her new album." Another section reads, "I got really inspired by the Symphony trend. I want to live there. I want to live with the dolphins in a Lisa Frank world." The Swedish singer shared with Spotify for a segment with Spotify for Artists, noting her collaboration with Lisa Frank, who created an alternative version of the Midnight Sun cover art for a special edition CD. People were eating this up, with some even saying that she is so unserious, but whenever stans say so unserious, they mean that in a compliment way. Like that is meant as a compliment. And that goes into the next reason to why this era is so successful. It's because Zara understands stan culture and she knows what fans want to see. Another great example of this are the different versions of the title track Midnight Sun. Zara has released a slowed down and a sped up version of the song since people enjoy listening to music that alters the original tempo. Also, she's released an a cappella version and a super loud version with a louder bass and louder harmonies. And with listening to this album, you'll automatically know why she was able to break out of the asylum, as it is fun and catchy. Some of my favorite tracks from the album include Pretty Ugly, Girls Grow, The Ambition, Saturn's Return, and Puss Puss. Dirty Blonde is set to be released on June 12th and will feature genres such as pop, EDM, country, and hip-hop. The cool thing about this album is it will be a visual album, so every track on this album will have its own music video. The singles she has released so far are New Religion and Hysteria, and as the time of recording this, she has released 2 other promotional singles. But now, with listening to some of the music for this upcoming album and also seeing a lot of the visuals for this era, I think it's literally giving what it needs to give, both music and the visuals. So I don't think she's flopping for artistic reasons. I think it actually goes in much deeper. So like I mentioned earlier, she's been promoting this upcoming era with videos and tweets of her joking about being in the Khia Asylum, and it has been getting some traction online, especially on TikTok, with the engagement getting millions of views and likes. Literally that one video of her on the treadmill talking about how she needs to lose weight so she will be able to leave the Khia Asylum, the last time I checked, it had literally 1.5 million likes. But I hypothesize that when you're a singer, especially being in the era of online spaces and stan culture, making fun of yourself will almost always open the door for stans to make fun of you as well, and unfortunately not take you seriously as an artist. Also on stan Twitter, the term Khia Asylum works like an inside joke that people use towards the artist, so when the artist tries to poke fun at themselves, it's giving the same energy as a millennial trying to use Gen Z slang towards a Gen Z person. It also gives that feeling of when you and your friends have an inside joke and an outsider, they try to either comprehend the joke or they try to chime in. It gives that same exact type of feeling. I also think people like being defiant. They don't like being told what to do, so with Bebe telling the audience, the general public, to stream her music, they won't want to stream her music because I think people want to feel authenticity. They don't want to feel like they're just being told what to do. Now it is time for my final thoughts. And this time I actually wrote stuff down, so there we go. What I find interesting about this conversation is both Zara and Bebe have an understanding of stan culture and how stans operate and use it to promote their music, but their approaches couldn't be any more different from each other. Zara took a meme and curated a whole aesthetic for an era, while Bebe Rexha used a reference to make fun of herself, which I would say is, I think, doing more harm than good. I think this is why celebrities have entire teams to help them curate a specific image for public perception and consumption. The image you try to sell to people, especially people you want to consume your music, is very important. So calling yourself a Khia is going to make people see you as a Khia, and I think BB's team wanted the twist of irony to strike BB, but who knows? We're in April as I'm recording this video and uploading it. We're in April, and the album comes out in June, so she might have time to break out of the asylum. And I've said this once and I'll say it again, but people really do take social media for granted because it is so ingrained in our daily lives, in our daily routines. We literally have current events and news at our fingertips, at our literal fingertips. So when you are a celebrity and when you have thousands of people perceiving you, thousands if not millions of people perceiving you at the same time, then you can just go on Twitter and see what people are saying about you in real time. And to be honest, that is very jarring because I can't even imagine being a celebrity. Imagine me being like, I can't even imagine being a C-list celebrity, but imagine if I was Beyonce famous, Taylor Swift famous, and I could just search up my name and there are literal whole think pieces about me. That is very jarring. And I don't care what anyone says, negative comments does affect people, and I think in Bebe Rexha's case, she was trying to join in on the joke, but instead of stans laughing with her, stans were laughing at her. And I am sorry not to toot my own horn, but I kind of ate that little line up. But yes, that was my little video on Bebe Rexha and Zara Larsson and the Khia Asylum. Please tell me your thoughts and opinions. Do you think Bebe Rexha has time to turn it around and break out of that asylum? Do you think Zara Larsson, do you think she deserves to be out of the asylum? Like, I want to know your thoughts, your opinions. I want to know, yeah, I just want to know what you guys think, because I think this is very interesting. And yes, that is Challengers, and yes, that is Bottoms right behind me. You know those are my favorite movies of all time, so yes. Yeah, I'm going to hand over the mic to you. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions, and yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one, in the next video. Later, skater! Later, skater! Bye! Bye, I'll see you soon, okay? I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon. Hasta la vista. Hasta luego. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Bebe Rexha wants out of the Khia Asylum.
Really?
She needs it. The Khia Asylum all goes back to this artist named Khia. She's the one who did like My Neck, My Back, My Pussy, and My Crack. You know?
That was a while ago.
I know, and she's flopped since. No one's heard of her. Name one other song. And this guy tweeted ranking all these pop stars, and at the bottom of the list were these 5 in the Khia Asylum.
But like, what is the Khia Asylum?
It means you're flopping. It is a physical place, but it's metaphorical, meaning that when you are there, you are locked in jail for flopping. Bebe Rexha is trapped in the Khia Asylum, and she tweeted she wants out. Because look at all the girls that have gone out recently.
Oh, Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina, Charlie, Zara. Bebe wants out. She even posted a video training to get out of the asylum.
I'm here at the Khia Asylum. They said I can't stop until I lose 30 pounds, so I'm too fat. Or if I have a hit song.
Our mission is now to get her out of the Khia Asylum.
Date 3050, that's 8 years.
She's being dramatic.